Just wait for you to come in, George. How are you, mate?
Very well. Excited for another week of rookies getting dropped. Other than that, hopefully all right this week, I think. How are you going anyway?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I watched you. I went out for dinner last night, so I watched your video when I got home, and you weren't happy to say the least with one coach. It was,
Nah, not
it was
happy.
pretty funny. Give a bit of comedy, but yeah, it is annoying. We've been talking about it. That's why you went for him last week, and then next week he's gone. And
Yeah, I think in
we'll talk about a
hindsight,
couple of rookies this week, but no one's really
yeah.
sure on any of them, really. So
I think in hindsight, there's we see Angwin's got a really rough fixture. We're talking just before Bulldogs, Collingwood, St Kilda, Geelong over there. So it's like he could be on the outer, but like you don't really know. They've got no one else really apart from maybe Fahey, who's trialing on the wing now. But you look at Sturt, like who does he have? I'll get his fixture up, but I know that Freo had a tough fixture. So if you're a forward and you're getting pummeled by 8 goals a week, then you're in a bit of strife if you're fringe already. So maybe hindsight should have gone a bit harder at that, but got to pick someone.
Yeah.
I needed 2 people, but oh well.
G'day to those joining. Aiden, Locke, Tom.
What happened to the Lakers? Someone just mentioned that. Saw the score in the third. It was
Halftime
like
was
30 points.
Yeah, and then they just got blown out. I don't know. They what the Warriors did, they benched Looney, who's their center, who's not really much of a shooting threat, and put another. Jermichael Green actually used to play for the Nuggets, and he's more of a shooting stretch 5. So what they I guess tried to do is get AD out of the paint, and AD it worked. I guess AD the first game had a monster game, on the defensive end, and then scored 30 points. I think he had 20 rebounds as well. This game he did not much, forced to defend outside of the paint a bit more. So I don't know. I didn't get to watch much of it. So I don't know. I guess it puts the Warriors in the box, not the box seat, because Lakers did steal a game in over there. But the Warriors probably favoured now from here. But we'll see what happens back in LA. So yeah, I don't know. Kerr made a choice, and I guess it worked. But we'll get to the teams. And I know George did the video last night. We're just going to scroll past the ones that are already out and maybe talk about anything big, but nothing really here. I guess Wilmot and McKenna owners a bit happy by Rich out injured and maybe Sharp in, because McKenna's obviously playing down back, but maybe Wilmot, I think you said, might play a bit more down there. So,
well, I think Sharp's a winger and Rich is a defender, so they've dropped defender for a winger, and we know Wilmot can play both. So
Answorth there too, right? So I guess he's probably the other one. So
I reckon he'll play a little bit of both.
Bit of both, yeah.
He's been good on a wing, so maybe they keep him there. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. And nothing really with Carlton, just Zach Fisher omitted, which hasn't happened for a while, but maybe he's out of form a bit. He was promising a couple of years ago, and Kennedy, I guess, still on the outer, probably sub again. So see what happens there.
So Doherty, 30% CBAs.
Is that he's getting more mid-time,
yeah, I don't know. Well, I think last week McGovern did nothing. He scored like 40. Whereas when Doc was doing bad, McGovern was scoring well. So I don't really know how he fits in at the moment. He's kind of, well, I don't know. If McGovern's taking a lot of supply and Sard is taking the most, it makes it hard to do 100 plus. So I don't know if he's a discounted option or not. I lost confidence, but if he's getting 30% CBAs, then maybe.
Yeah, I wonder if it was just a West Coast game thing up heaps, or whether it's going to be every week. We'll see. Richmond, I guess, obviously the late change today with Soldo. This is what I was saying about that sort of injury. Was surprised they even brought him back. Like, he was like 1 to 3 weeks every week, and then all of a sudden he was playing last week, and he played 50 time on ground, and here you go. This week he's out again, injured, they reckon. So bit silly, but I guess for Samson owners, it helps get him back to more guaranteed ruck time. Initially, I was thinking Miller might be playing back. He still may, but I think it'd probably be 2 tall forwards and them sharing the ruck time. We'll just hope this week for anyone who owns Samson, it's a bit more ruck time, which I think the second game when it was just those two, it started leaning to a bit more Samson. So, like, First game a lot Miller, and then the Anzac Eve it was more Samson when it was just those two, and then last week all three. So
yeah.
it helps, of course, for Samson. So I'm just straight fielding him this week.
Well, Miller can't ruck. Samson can, but
Miller
for
can't
whatever
play,
reason,
man. That's
yeah, it's gonna be hard to watch if you don't have him. I think. He should
against
go well.
BJ.
He's good. He's hit out he was getting hit outs advantage on Gorn a few weeks ago, so can actually rock.
It's just out. We have no forwards, right? So it's like, where do you play him? That's the problem. Geelong, I guess the big one here is Sam Simpson, probably talk of the week with the rookies, and obviously he holds, and then Segler and Tui are in it. So they got a few injuries. So I think Rowan's a very minor hamstring. Bose is it a calf? I believe.
Yes.
Which is always a bit tricky. So he's probably out for a little bit. And then DeConning's not really relevant. Probably back in for Segler. Yep.
But Rowan's at least a week, and the Geelong injury list is it's all TBC
you don't know
midterm.
At the moment.
So honestly, AFL, like, you can't let them do that crap. They've been doing shit like this for years, like lying about injury timelines.
Yeah, but until they change the rules, where it's like NBA or NFL, where you've got to be transparent and like daily in those sports over there, you got to be daily updates. Until they do that in AFL, it's an AFLPA thing. They don't. It's hard over here. Players don't want the mid-season trade and all that. They don't want to, which is fair. I guess they're not earning as much money over there, but as they are over there. But anyway, Nevitt and Bruin are in the south side. So I think Simpson's ahead of those two. And it's just a matter of how many come back, because Guthrie's due to come back soon. And then I guess Rowan and then Stengel's supposedly 3 or 4 weeks away. We don't really know. So I think he's okay for at least 2 or 3 weeks, and then past then it's just probably based on form. So I guess he's the best option this week outside of Chincotta, but there isn't much else. So
I think so. I think the fixture next month of Geelong, I think they got Richmond and Freo at home in there. So Adelaide at home as well. Adelaide played like more there than any other team for somehow. At Skilled Stadium.
I did see that actually.
GMHBA. Yeah. Play there every year, and it's just a free win for Geelong. It's just bullshit. I think they've won like the last 15 there or something like that against us. So, but yeah, Simpson, I might boost for him just because I think on the horizon there's Tom Berry and Harry Sharp and Dury and maybe Whittle, and I think Simpson's probably better than all of them, bar maybe Dury, pending what happens there. So. Yeah, we'll see.
Crows, nothing really to report. Laird should play, as far as we're aware.
Hopefully. I mean, sounds like even this reporting is a bit like he's sore. Like, what do you mean he's sore? Like, what does that mean? I don't know. So, I think he trained today, the captain's run. And they said they might send keys to Stewart, and they might put attention to Dawson or Laird, and like, who knows? It's just whatever.
What do you do? You own whatever it is. It is. Gold Coast, not a hell of a lot. I know some are looking at Will Powell. Yeah, he could work, but last time I traded in a Gold Coast halfback, we all know what happened. It's old Jack Bowes. So, look, Will Powell's probably a better player, but I don't know. Something just doesn't sit right with me doing that. He's not that like as cheap as to where it's a layup. Like if you still don't have Will Day, he's 10k cheaper. I'd be saying go Will Day, for sure over him. So
I mean, he's speculative. I don't know what else we're supposed to say. It might work, it might not. You got options that will work. Just pay a little bit more.
Yep.
And it's like 50k to Sinclair or Sicily or 10k to Day or whatever it is. So that's the route I would go.
Yep. We'll just skim past these. I think most recent news is supposedly Toby Green might not play, but again, probably not super coach relevant. So Angwin, I don't know. Obviously his price helps a lot more over Simpson. It's a 40k extra. Could help you for your next upgrade, but if he's not going to continue to play and make money, what's the point? But he survived Ward coming back. I guess Lloyd's the only other one that's still here. Might be sub. And then Fahey, as you said at the start. I think Kingsley's already flagged him in a presser last week about possibly debuting soon, and then he's been playing wing in the VFL. So it's probably too risky for me. he looks good runner and all that. That's obviously why he's a wingman, but I don't know. I think I'd trust Simpson a little bit more.
Yeah, he's probably kept at like 50s average.
Mm,
So I don't know if he holds or not. I think there's a reasonable chance he does, though. It's not the worst rookie we've had. Better than Sturt, but still a bit iffy.
yeah,
I think you can do it if you want.
yeah,
If you really need the money over Simpson, I'd be okay with that because it gets you much more points on the field if that's the premium you want. Using the extra money, but I'll probably skip him. But yeah, not going to hurt you if you skip, but
yep.
not the worst option.
Frio. Don't want to spend too much time, George. But it's so weird. Like 5 subs, so Brody's out again. This just continues to piss me off.
The irony of this is Longmuir's presser was like, "Oh, the main area we need to focus on is like clearances and contested ball," and like Brody led that last week for
Is
them.
he
I think it's equal second.
not doing
to
as well
Sarong.
though? Like clearly he isn't, or else he wouldn't be getting dropped.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he's focusing on what players can't do rather than what they can do. Brody, like when he came on, probably helped them win the game against Gold Coast a few weeks back. Whereas, look, I understand if they don't want to play Brody for whatever reason, but you can't be seriously playing O'Meara over him. Yeah, Brody offers a little bit. He excels at the contest, whereas O'Meara doesn't excel at anything at the moment. So, oh look, Frio. I don't understand what they're doing. I don't really care either.
Hawks managing a couple, so I guess CJ out's good for Seamus and I guess some Sicily owners like me, but probably only for a week. Like it'd be great if he didn't come back in once the management's over, but he probably does. It might be for like a Weddle, so it really puts me off him.
With Weddle, so they've developed him a bit in the VFL, so he's able to get some decent numbers. Played wing in preseason. He's one I'll look at next week. I think at least with the Hawks, they need a blood youth. I guess Sam Mitchell can drop a few, like we've seen, like a Ramsden, Cam McKenzie. Probably looked pretty gassed anyway. So I think Weddle's one to keep an eye on because, yeah, given their rebuilding team, like Sam Mitchell understands, like they clearly know where they're at. Like Freo, I don't think they know where they're at. Whereas, Sam Mitchell knows he needs to play youth. So
yeah,
if he plays really well, he might get a string. But I mean, Seamus played really well when he got subbed. But yeah, who knows?
too many defenders. Scrimshaw's here too, although I guess Day's named here, so that's all right. Still 7 defenders. They just got heaps.
Yeah.
Brambles still here. Hopefully, never comes back. But
and then they bring CJ out, who goes out. Sorry, they bring CJ in. Worry about that next. Yeah, not one to go early on, but see how he goes.
Yep. I'll just refresh. Okay. No. You think that'd be updated? No. Okay. We'll go this way. Great website. What is it? 13 past 5. Still not updated. Okay, so Port. Oh, Lord's gone. Todd Marshall back.
Dill Williams held.
Yep. Does this mean Bonner's in the full team? I think it might. For Burgoyne, probably. Because, the sub thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird how they word that.
Yeah. Essendon, Alwyn, we already knew. And then Massimo and Snelling gone. So that's right. Hopefully Alwyn can get some more cash for those who still got him.
They had Zach Reed there on the emergency or extended bench. Might have been a help for Ridley. I don't know how he's tracking, but he's a key defender. But it looks like Ridley might have to play tall again.
Yep. I'll see if it updates after we just go through these. Ginnivan omitted, okay, for Pendles and Cox. Nothing really SuperCoach relevant.
Cox on the rock.
Yeah. But D Camp's not far away, is he?
Yeah.
Maybe 3 weeks or something, 2-3 weeks. I guess this is good somewhat for Callum Mills if we want to look at him. We've got to see what happens. But Stevens omitted, interesting, like for J-Mac on the wing. And then Fox in, get a defender back, which is good. I don't know. I'll probably get a cheap player in of some sort next week, whether it's Mills, whether it's Steele, if he looks all right, whether it's even Brayshaw. He's so cheap, it might help, although I know how annoying he can be to own and how average he's been so far, but he's been carrying an injury. So I'll look at Mills. We'll see what happens. I know he's upside, and at 5:30, you have
The
to be considered.
120B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to bring him in this week against Collingwood, but see his role, see what happens. Well, okay, a few changes here at North. So Drew, Inu, Perez, LDU, Bergman, Aaron Hall. You'll like that. A lot of people will like that.
Good for Zeeble, Sheasel, and maybe Jury. I don't know where he's playing.
Everything. Yeah,
I've heard both suggestions. Clearly played forward in the VFL in the last 2 games.
But was back before that. So
maybe.
I'm pretty sure he was. So
okay.
Don't know. They named Sheasel and Zeeble forward line and Jury halfback. So you can't take anything out of that. Don't really know.
So I don't think Hawk did much wrong. It's just a matter of we're not wasting our time here now.
No.
I wonder if a club would pick him up.
I was surprised if he even really came in. Windhager, is he just going to keep being sub? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Poor Botel, 24th man.
Yeah. Let's see if they updated these. No. Okay. Well, that doesn't matter. Yeah, probably nothing else to talk about. I might get my team up quickly just to show what I'm doing. So what did I do? Sort of just was debating whether I boost or not. So Chincotta's obviously coming in no matter what, and Setterfield's going out sort of no matter what for me. Had to decide if I'm not boosting who to get rid of here. It probably will end up being these trades, but Fergus probably before Rat. But I think both will go anyway. This is what I'm sort of set on, getting Simpson, and then Sinclair's the primo of choice. So it leaves me quite a bit of cash in the bank. So next week, look, depending how Warple goes, unless he puts out a monster score, like he scores another 80, as he's sort of just been doing. I think his break even sort of goes back up to about 80, and he'll probably be time to go. So next week, I've got pretty much as much cash to do him to whoever I want. Probably, a mid of some sort. But the other thing is, if Hopper also, for whatever instance, goes bad, I mean, the roll's there, but you never know. Good matchup though. You'd hope he'd do well, but say he drops to 60, I might have the luxury of being able to do Warple and Hopper up with this money and get 2 premiums, whether it's a mid and a forward or 2 of those cheap mids. It all just depends on what cash works. But that's sort of why I like leaving this cash here to give me that option. And as I said, I don't see any downgrade options next week besides Weddle. So
yeah,
I don't mind. And even if I just do Warple up, I've still got cash sitting there that I can put towards the next upgrade if that's 2 weeks away. So that's what I'm thinking. Simpson, I guess, is where I'm at the moment over Angwin. Obviously Angwin would give me even more money.
Does Angwin help you next week?
Well, obviously it helps me get an even better premium. Like, it would give me 270, right? So, I don't know. Let's say I do Warple to 530k steal or something. So I'd have like 150 there to do Hopper to. I mean, even as I said, could be Ashcroft if he drops a stinker, but he's going all right. Obviously, 100 in the cycle.
He just needs 275s to make like 40k or something.
So
I need that money so bad.
Yeah, I know. So I think I'm Simpson. Just pick who I think is the best rookie, but as we said, we don't really know either way. I just like his probably 3-week job security a bit better, and the fixtures, as we said. But I'm aware he's coming off a long layoff. He didn't play footy for over 600 days. Had concussion issues. Couple of
played a bit of VFL last year.
He did play VFL, but yeah, he might improve. That might be a positive, right? He might improve as the weeks go by. He, as well in the AFL as he gets back to the level, because he was in their teams during finals runs in 2020, 2021. So he's obviously capable. But yeah, 166k obviously doesn't help. So yeah, other than that, Luke Chincotta. Captains, I've got Clary into English at the moment. Don't know, that could change. I know a lot of people are thinking about Taranto. I don't mind it against West Coast, but Timmy could easily just give you a flat 100 if he uses it poorly, and then it feels like a bit of a waste. So why not just go, 2 of the really high averaging guys like Clary and English and shoot for some upside. I mean, I've been terrible with captains this year, so you don't want to listen to me. My average is about 100, so that's really
100.
killed me. Well, Tuke doesn't help, obviously. So
Oh my goodness. I worked it out. I think I'm 126 with the lead.
125
get
plus
that
is
rolling.
good. 130. I know a few people in the quarter killing it. 140 and all that with a few
A
big
few
ones.
140s, yeah.
I mean, I missed the Bont and I did Tuke.
Yeah.
So that's just a killer the same week. There goes a lot of points. Go to you. Oh, how many boosts, Chris? So that's my second last boost. So I'll have one left after this for my team. So yeah, loop Chincotta, see how he goes, and I'm able to sort of swing. I'll be straight fielding Samson though. Don't need to bother looping him. George, what do we got, mate?
Oh, it's so demoralizing looking at this bench compared to like people just post their benches in Discord. They got Jana, they got Ryan, they got I don't know whoever has money in their head.
Stupidly.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like fading him basically is the same. He's basically Nick Martin of last year. Like imagine missing Nick Martin last year. Like his season's finished. Anyway, Chincotta for Setterfield is easy, pretty much. Bank the money, and then I got rid of Ferg because like I can't have Ferg, Sturt, and Van Ruin. I think last week I was okay because Van Ruin played North, but completely shit himself.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So I was always getting rid of one of those guys this week. Field Seamus, and I think I got VC Oliver into English. I thought about Taranto, but I think I want the ceiling. I can't see Oliver going that bad. Shaq was in the Discord saying it's a bit dewy at time of day in Gold Coast at 4 p.m. So that should help Clary for that game.
Before 2 years ago. Oh no, it was Marvel. Oh well, anyway.
120. Oh yeah, it was at Marvel. Last time he played there, round 2
go
last
to 2019.
year.
If you can click on the, how you click season stats down here, down. No, up. On the right.
What is this?
Up.
That one?
No, just above. Oh, you missed it. Yeah, 2019.
20. Oh, okay.
I remember it.
Thanks for walking me through that.
You went like 170, yeah. So.
Jeez, 175. Okay.
That's quite a while ago. Yeah, I think I'm with you. Carry into English.
So I'll probably do that, and then fielding Wilmot, Chincotta. The only thing I could do.
Oh no, you can't. Yeah, because Wilmot. Yeah.
Looping. What's that? So Van Ruin's just there. I think it's important just put Zeeble in your forward line, or wherever you got cover, basically, because I think he'll be fine. But
I think he's fine.
It was under that mini cloud. Same with Laird as well. So if Laird's out, I'll just flip, put Gordon into the mids and field Van Ruin, which is, I guess, something over nothing. The only thing I'm considering is, well, what are the rookies coming through? It's Jury and Weddle, basically. I think that's about it. And then you got this week's crop.
How about Solly Young? I just saw lower leg. I don't really even know. But yeah, it's probably fine.
Yeah, his break even's 40 now. It's it'll go up. I think if he goes like 50 for a month, he'll go up another like 30k. But now he's like, I was planning on getting rid of him next week. So
injured,
it'll be like
back soon. Yeah. So yeah, he just like, do I boost, get another 40k and get some more cash gen going with Simpson? I think it's probably worth it.
I think I just have to because I need to find money from somewhere. I did put on paper last night working out ups and downs. So like all I need is for Chincotta to get to 320, Seamus to get to 280, and Simpson to get to 270.
Yep.
And then I'll have one upgrade remaining with 7 trades left and like 100k odd. And that's including 2 rookie corrections. And I just need money from 3 players. So not quite sure we'll get there. And obviously like shit can happen, like injuries, but I think 1 upgrade left. And then I'll have like Johnson still.
Yeah.
Cash out and hopefully a new person can make money. But there's no point planning like this because things happen.
No. So, yeah.
Like even like a Setterfield and
how about just next week? What would you do with this?
So next week, let's just execute that. Next week is Van Ruin up, Wilmot down. And I think they're both, if Wilmot's back, he's got more money to make. Even Van Rooyen, he's probably got another 30k, 40, maybe more. Just depends like how he goes.
So you need a downgrade option to come forward.
Oh shit!
Like
if
a
he scores
Weddle or
60s, he's not scoring 60s though. He'll probably get to like 260. Yeah.
and then
So
he's
next
break even
week,
shit up.
so with this next week, it'll be like, say Van Rooyen to Weddle, and that'll be, I don't know, 180k. Sorry, 280k there, and then put that on Wilmot, and that'll be. I'll still go for a cheap person, and then I can't
Yeah.
actually even upgrade. I'd have to go like Ashcroft to Brayshaw and Roberts to Drury. I think that'll just do the trick, but I don't even know if I want Brayshaw to be honest, or Mills. But
Yeah, it's tough.
um,
If there's no real downgrade and Hopper goes badly, would you just put the money on him, see what happens? Or you really just want to hold him?
I still, because he is the last buy, I'd like to hold him through because I got a lot of players with the first buy. So if you look at, it's probably worth checking your buys, but I don't mind loading up on the first buy because if you just scrape through, you're cruising for the rest of the buys.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4,
Steele and
5.
Sinclair having both of those probably, not many would have that, I don't think.
Yeah. So I think
Or they would at least
Chester
maybe
be
getting one this week. Oh yeah, that might be handy.
I mean, I'll take a 30 odd and then
Mate, you'll take 50k
if
out of him if he manages
Weddle
to do
and
that.
Jury play. Yeah, Weddle and Jury play. I don't want to get my hopes up on Weddle, but I think Jury, they got to put games into him. In the preseason game, Jury did basically nothing. So
yeah.
We saw that with like a Ben Hobbs last year. He struggled early, looked nowhere near it. Bit of VFL development, comes in, holds a spot for the rest of the year. So yeah, it's interesting. Last year, I just had so much money, I didn't know what to do. I had Connor McDonald, Hobbs, and Ware all over 300k on the bench finished. And this year, it's like the complete opposite. I got nothing. So just how it goes sometimes. But yeah, missed a few rookies that in hindsight, well, even at the time, were kind of obvious, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, they might come.
So who's your target for next week? Do you have a specific target in mind?
Well, if
for me, I think Mills.
Yeah, I do want to see what happens there with the with the Swans team, Fox back and whatnot, because we saw it last year. 50 CBAs he can still do, 105, 110,
108,
easy.
Yeah.
So like, I'll take a talent. He's not injured. He's fine at the minute. Whereas your Brayshaw has been carrying a knee. Steele's got screws in his shoulder. So I don't know. It's a little bit, it just feels a bit better to me trading.
You got to pick the right one. Ideally, probably pick. Do you even pick any of them? I don't know.
Maybe not.
You got
if Hopper's a keep to the buy, George, and I just do Warple up, then keeping this amount of money allows me to get like anyone from Warp, 600k player if I want. It's just probably not optimal to do that. You want to keep some money.
Yeah, fair enough.
Each upgrade, but we'll see. We'll just get to some questions, I guess, for 15 minutes and then head off. I'll scroll back a bit, see if anyone's got anyone. Sicily or Steele, that was probably a big one for most people this week deciding.
You need a mid more.
Sorry, I was thinking that Sinclair. Let's put them all together. Sinclair, Sicily, and Steele.
I don't think Sinclair's 110. I don't know. Watching him, he's playing well, a bit like a Parish. Probably the numbers suggest he should be scoring better.
Similar questions. Yeah, I don't know what keeps happening with this mid-time. Like if he was kept half back whole game, he's probably going 110 almost. But I don't know. Upsets his rhythm a bit, and then he's got to find more footy in a different position. So maybe it does stop eventually, but I don't know.
What do you think Steele averages for the year?
Maybe like 105. Maybe pushes 110 if he's, the shoulder stays fine and he's all good. I don't know if he can go big anymore, or I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's totally fine and he goes all right. But I'd say closer to 110 than 120. So hey, anything around that you take at this price, of course. So if you believe in it, I just want to see one more week, I think.
Yeah, I think for me the fixture helps. It's very easy for. It's like double. I think doubles on North and maybe West Coast as well or something. I can't remember. But yeah, he's just very, very. He's like the easiest fixture from now to the rest of the season. So it's
Yeah.
probably the kicker for me. So I think he can do 108 to 112, that sort of range.
Well, it's them and Essendon, right, with that sort of fixture, I think. So
Yeah,
look at Parrish and Merritt soon, I think, as well.
yeah.
Brayshaw did say the Brisbane. Yeah. So I want to see again. This is like a good week for me to see how Brayshaw goes another week after he's saying he's all good. How Mills goes with the Sydney lineup, and then how Steele goes. I'm just going to see, get one more look at all of them, and probably decide next week on who. So that's the way I'm playing it. I know some are going Steele, and hey, you could go one this week, one the next if you want. If you were going this week, I would go Steele out of all of them. I think first, and then have a look at the other two. But for me, I'm just going to wait one more on all three, and just make a choice next week. Windhager, yeah, we did look. Oh, it's weird. 188k. I don't know. Something's up there. He's obviously
No,
battling fitness, or
too
using
much
his
sub
covers
risk.
away.
Yeah,
Don't know what's going on.
Steele,
Jake's able to
Crouch,
play
Ross
forward.
playing that.
No, he's not.
No, nah.
I don't know if I'm lagging George or you, but it's a bit choppy. Chesser.
It's good for me.
Well, we know he's a emergency, so hey, he might be sub. Yeah. Look, if you own him, nice. If he comes back, make some money. I don't think I'll be looking at him next week though.
You just hold him on your bench. I don't think you don't grab him. I don't think he's not going to score enough.
No. We might as well address this. Old Rory Atkins, who is the 5th most traded in player. Can you believe that?
He's only played one, I think.
He has only played one. He's 200k, and he's the 5th most traded in player after what 89 last week. You watched him for probably 4 or 5 years.
So he played mostly wing for Crows. Very much a player where when things are going well, he'll be okay. When things are bad, he's invisible. Like literally does nothing. So downhill skier. Yeah, of course they had the easy win, high possession game against the not necessarily easy win, but they possessed the ball, played keepies off against the Tigers. All the defenders scored massive. So when things don't go their way, I imagine he will score poorly. I don't know if they settle him down back or not. He's 29. Like he's just a complete waste of time, to be honest, playing him there. It's not the future. It's not really the present. Look, it's a break even. Look at next one and whatnot. So I think you're a bit laggy there. I'm not sure it's me or you, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't just warning as on Roy Atkins. He's a massive downhill skier. So who are they playing this week?
Can't remember. Melbourne. So yeah, good luck.
Melbourne. Okay, so proper looking this week. So don't go near him this week. Trust. But at least his role was better than it was at the Crows for fantasy scoring.
Yep. Supposedly it's Sin Cotter, so we have to train ourselves there, but it's always hard with a name like that. But yeah, everyone will be relying on him this week. He'll be very highly fielded.
I reckon it's Chin Cotter,
John
not to be big. That's Italian. C is ch in Italian.
But supposedly it's not. I don't know.
Oh, well,
but there's
maybe-
Aussie ways of saying names, isn't there? And I don't know, Italian ways. Whatever, we'll see.
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe he's a better source than me, I suppose.
Is it worth using my last boost for cash gen? Already doing McVeigh to Sin Cotter and Jinby to Petrarca, third trade Roberts to Simpson. I mean, that's kind of what you're tossing up, George. So is it your last boost if you do that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So if you get an injury, it's stuck, basically.
Yeah. It's hard when you see no rookies really on the horizon.
Yeah, I think so. Just because it's not, if you get injuries, it is what it is. You can't predict it. But I think at least Simpson should play the next month when Stingle's out.
Yeah. Sinclair, Steele and Sinclair for Jones, Warple, and Rat. That sounds pretty good, mate, to me.
Yep.
think that's fine.
Walpole has an easy matchup against Freo, so
50 break, yeah. Look, he's probably gone next week anyway, so you're moving the team forward. There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
Cogs or Steel, I'd probably go Steel at the price for sure. I don't know.
Good
Something
fee. I think Steel.
Hewitt. There's a few looking at old George. He's cheap.
Maybe
Give him
105.
that. But yeah, really done a lot.
Then you take a bit off because he had limited preseason.
Yeah.
Said he's feeling good though early in the year.
Chad Warner, yeah, it's a bit risky.
Nah,
I'd leave it. He's not even that much cheaper than some of these other guys that we're looking at, is he? 484, yeah. You can go a Steel
Hewitt over Warner.
You would? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Clary in this week. If you don't have Clary, I mean, we all sort of do now. JD's in that boat, I think, right? So did you set now at 650? It's really hard to trade 650. This is even though he's dropped 50k. This is why I just wanted to get him when I could, because I'm like, I don't know, it's still hard to trade these guys in at this price.
Yeah, I think you can if you want. Do your trade plans. The stuff's up for future weeks, and you got to go someone else.
Yeah. Fergus, Wilmot, and David, Steele, Simpson, and Sincotta. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Boost to go Philippou. Yeah, I think it's fine as well.
Yeah.
If you don't get someone like a Simpson or an Angwin, whatever you prefer, I don't know. Weddle for me scares me. And then what are you doing? Drury after 1 week, or I don't know. I don't like any of it.
Yeah,
really.
that's why I think I'm grabbing Simpson.
Yeah,
I probably will actually. Yeah.
Grab whoever you like. Angwin could work too, and cheaper price obviously helps, but I think it's Simpson. Yeah, look, Noah has his good runs. Obviously, no Took is helping at the minute, but I don't know. Do you really want him for the rest of the season, or is he more like a couple month player or a month or so play, and then Took's back? And I don't know. Is it a nice price?
He's all right option.
I think he's fine. Like he can go. He can go.
Helps a few balls, but an easy fixture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got 110 in him one day. I don't know whether it's this year though. Might have to just do a couple more. Jordan,
he did it back half last year.
This internet, it's a shocker. Don't know if it's yours or mine.
Yeah, it's struggling a bit.
Will Dane Sicily or just Sicily make the cash? If you can get both, mate, why not?
Yeah,
the
both.
Duke, thanks, mate. Grundy to Angwin, says to Steele, Green to one of Cripps. I think the Duke left this comment on my video. Like, I think this means Samson R2 for him. I think.
Yeah,
which might not be the worst thing. So now that you know Soldo's out and maybe he's not back because he's dealing with this foot for a few more weeks, you could probably just take the plunge. But I'd probably do it.
I'd do it. I'd probably go track over Cripps.
Yeah, same. I'll do a couple more. Yeah, that's definitely true. In regards to the positions, so I'm going Sinclair as well. I still think Steele's a fine option. You're going to have to get someone cheap in your midfield this year for sure, and he might be the best one. Right to Simpson for a boost. I'm doing it, mate. Yeah, we're sort of, I guess, decided that we're going to do that. Looking at the rookies and what's been named. So Lego George. I don't even know what his price, but he's been playing well, I guess.
No. He's playing well. I think he's mostly.
He's 360. Yeah, nah.
I think Nick said that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
I don't know with Crow's play. It's just. I think he's going to be mostly. Let me just check the CBAs. Might be my internet. My internet is very slow at the moment.
Don't know. We'll answer a couple more.
Jeez, I can't even load
it. We'll get off.
He's playing really well.
Yeah.
I just figured out it's raining. Whenever it rains, my internet goes to shit.
Mate, it happens to me too. It's the weirdest thing. Like that. Why does that happen?
Oh, the studies. So no.
We're saying Simpson if you want consensus, but Angwin could definitely work as well. Bringing in Mark Pitnet. Hey, honestly, that's probably the second option for Grundy owners. I don't like, besides paying up for English. He's like 350 in solo rucking at the minute, so I don't know. This is why I didn't want to be a Grundy owner. All right, we got our SDS question, and then we'll jump off. What's he doing? Green, Setters, Cowan to Clary, Simpsons and Cotter. Green says Ridley to Steers. So, Ridley. So it's Ridley. It's sideways Ridley to
I think you got the two premiums there.
Yeah, I think you almost.
What do you reckon?
Ferg Setters. Yeah, it is tough actually. I don't mind getting Clary, but obviously holding Ridley doing that is a bit annoying.
I think you can. Yeah, it's hard because you probably want to grab a second rookie this week. I think based on what's coming up. So I think either is fine. So probably not all that useful of an answer, but you definitely want to get the. If you're getting, you'd want another boost next week to get the extra premium. If you go the Simpson route this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the first one, get Clary. I know it sucks holding Ridley. That's probably the big thing, but I think you hold Ridley till he's bye and piss him off then.
Yeah.
He'll give you 90s.
Yeah.
I know it sucks, but I think you're doing better here. And then you can still grab Steele or Sinclair next week. I assume so. Yeah. Anyway, internet struggling, George. We'll jump off. Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Sorry if it was a bit laggy in the end, but I guess we'll just quickly show our trades for anyone that missed. I'm doing this with a boost, getting Simpson and Sincotter. Only difference I might do is like a Stewart over Sinclair. If for whatever reason I want to get that instead, like Stewart's been 120 without the injury, so or maybe even 125. But what that does is leave me less of a bank to do some trades next week if I want to ditch Warple and Hopper or whatever. But maybe Hopper is a hold to the buy, so I might change Sinclair late, but we'll see. For now, I'm pretty locked into him though, and then yeah, I'm pretty locked into getting Simpson. And George, you're boosting Simpson in now as well.
Yeah, internet is struggling, but yes, I think I'll probably do that. That really annoys me because I don't want to use all my boosts have been on just complete bullshit. I think like boosting our injured players and getting rookies because there's nothing coming up. So, yeah, that's right. So we'll just roll with that.
Easy. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the podcast.